Assalamualaikum. Hi everyone, my name is Ayu Alfira and welcome to my channel. For those of you who are new here, hello and welcome. Thank you for clicking and being here. I finally moved here from my previous channel, which was Swedish Cookies, and chose this concept instead, which is Faceless. For those of you who have been here since the beginning, back when I was still in Swedish Cookies channel, hello again and a huge thank you for following me here. Actually, I want to talk about something in this intro video and you'll hear it after this. Lately, I've been protesting about what happened in my country. I also never in my life support things like the pillage action or arson of public facilities, even though those acts were allegedly being provoked or created by certain individuals or groups. Okay, but I don't want to talk about it here. As you might have noticed, I moved from my old channel name Swedish Cookies to using my real name Ayu Alfira because Swedish Cookies was a pen name for a time in my life when I was deeply into writing fiction in novel platform. While I'll always cherish that time, I've evolved and I think that name doesn't represent who I am anymore, which it's irrelevant for me. So yeah, here I am with this channel. And I'm so excited to finally introduce this space. Like the previous channel, this is still a space where I want to talk about anything that concerns me and also had me thinking. A space for me to share my thoughts, maybe ideas, talkings, and also even mini vlogs for anyone or any audience to, I hope, learn, explore, and also grow together. Basically, this is a space where I want to talk about anything, talk about things and or topics that matter to me or concern me. This channel was made because I was inspired by some people. There was this talk 1 or 2 years ago in a podium that I hardly forgot about contribution in society and the correlation with knowledge or higher education degree, etc. I was thinking at first how to reach out to other people by making my digital presence inclusively, not exclusively. Maybe even small conversations here can contribute even only a little. I hope so, at least. Deciding how to present myself on this channel was pretty hard for me. I went back and forth whether should I go fully faceless or not. The bigger reasons were deeper, which were religious considerations, cyber safety, and just my own comfort level. I researched a lot, especially Islamic perspectives on Muslim women appearing online. Many scholars advise against showing one's face publicly, and that weighed heavily on me. I looked up on Faces content creators to see if it could work. I asked my best friend for advice too, and honestly, everything kept pointing to just stay faceless because it felt safer, more private, like the obvious choice for me. Yes. So I choose this concept. Yes, I know. I know how powerful nonverbal cues are, facial expressions, eye contact, which matter when you are trying to connect with people. But I also learned that communication or messages still can be delivered or conveyed without them. Hopefully, it'll work too. I hope that I can keep my content focused on topics, not my personal life too much, where I also feel responsible too. Let's begin with other things. Other than telling about this channel and myself only, because like I said in previously that I want to talk about something after you heard all of those things about my channel and myself, stuff like that. Let's begin. In this introduction, I would like to say a few things. I have 3 random points actually. First, about the people in my country. And then second, something that heavily concerns me is what's happening in Palestine. And last but not least is the TikTok standardization. Let's jump into the first one. Growing up, I find myself like to notice little things, like the little life. Somehow and sometimes I found something sweet and meaningful. It gave me lessons that life is mashallah beautiful somehow. And life is not always revolved around me. Sometimes a thing that ordinary for us can be meaningful for others. So such mashallah beautiful thing. For example, something as simple as a smile. I love the people in my country, mashallah. I mean, not generalize it everyone. And of course, I always ask for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for his protection from bad things, bad people, or evil things and people. But most of people that I meet in my country, Indonesia, were mashallah so nice. As simple as give or exchange smiles. For example, like if I smile, they smile back at me. If they smile at me, I smile back at them. Like that. Vice versa. People offer me things like their seat, informations, help, etc. It was mashallah so great. This might seem as little things, but those are parts of a good culture too. The last and the current that I really experienced that I still remember was last week. I remember last week I went to one of my dearest friends' wedding with the public transport, the commuter line. To be honest, I was a little confused at first, so I checked my phone all the time to make sure I get the right information. And I also asked the security officers there. Like I asked is it the right line? Where's the platform or what should I take? Something like that. Then for the last time, to ensure myself, I asked this one man, a middle-aged man, because he was the one who seemed approachable, which means he just staring at the rail, waiting, while the others were with their friends, with their kids or something like that, and also with their phones or other things. Then I asked him, "Excuse me, sir, is this the right platform with the destination to Bekasi?" He was like, "Oh, yes, you're in the right line and platform. Just wait here," and kind of that. Then I thanked him and he answered completely with, "Yes, no problem. You're welcome." And then the train arrived. Like when the train arrived, I got inside the train and stood quite far because all the seats were taken since the train was quite full. Then I arrived at my destination. When the train door opened and I wanted to come out facing the man, suddenly I got asked by the man, "Miss, are you sure you get off here? It's not Bekasi, it's Cakung." And then I answered, yes, right, it's okay, this is my destination. Thanks again, sir." He was like, "Oh, okay. Take care, miss." I thanked him again and then got off from the train. After I got off from the train, I walked to my friends, and then when I was walking, I thought that he wouldn't care. I thought after I asked the question before I got in the train, he would be forget and be like, "Oh yeah, whatever, that's your business." But it's not the case. He cared. He still cared about whether I got to the right destination or not. And it was not once or twice. I get this quite a lot too. And I also did the same too if I remember to others who ever asked me. So I thought about this and then felt like, oh, it was mutual. It was like a culture or wisdom of our people, of Indonesian people. I noticed even little things like that were so good that there are still kind people out there. Even so, sometimes I had a little trust issues with people too, especially strangers. But those things are so good. I don't know if it meant to anyone, but somehow a little act of kindness can make my day. Inshallah. Because I know about that and how it feels. So I try to give kindness even only a little to others too. Please note the try word. Yeah, try word here means that I'm not already fully become like that. I might fail at giving others kindness every day. It can be successful too. So the word try here is important. So yeah, I try. I'm still trying. I never want to claim myself like I'm kind or I'm a person who always give kindness or things like that to others. Wallahi never. Because if I say that, it is like a promise which I should keep every day. And if I break it, probably I can get sin. Yeah, I'm still trying here. We all still trying. So sometimes even little things can matter, maybe a lot to others. And I'm still trying here to give kindness. And sometimes I fail too, sometimes that maybe I can't do that every day. So I'm still trying here. I'm still human. I'm highly aware that I can make mistakes, like kind of like a little ignorant maybe sometimes to others or kind of that. Yes, I'm not broken, I'm still human. I'm still trying here. I'm not saying that I'm a kind person. Wallahi, I never dare to claim myself like that, because I feel like this kind of judgments made by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and then also maybe others, but myself, I never telling myself like, yeah, I'm a kind person, you know, that I never dare claim such things like that. Anyway, this little girl here is joining the video, okay. Second that I want to talk about is what's happening in Palestine. I always concerned about what is happening there. This isn't just about politics. It's about humanity. What's happening in Palestine is genocide, and the world is watching in real time. For this Palestine topic, I had at least 3 key points in this video, in this intro video, and I will just keep it short for now. First is the reality. More than 61,000 killed, hospitals bombed, families wiped out. Most of the victims are women and children. I mean, this isn't a war, it's erasure. And the second is famine as a weapon. It's tragic and devastating, and we should stay awake and alert about this. Even a lot of celebrities now speak up in their social media about the catastrophic situation now in Gaza. Even so, I did a full social media detox back then, like for a few months. I still look up the news and notice about this. Also, 8 blocked children civilians died due to starvation. Starvation isn't collateral damage, it's intentional. It was really devastating. The third one is our role. The least we can do together are amplifying Palestinian voices, keep talking about this matter, and donating to your trusted institution to stand together with Palestine. Okay, the last but not least is the TikTok standard. I want to talk about something that's been bothering me. First, how TikTok trends and standards are shaping society in ways we don't even realize. A few weeks ago, maybe even months, I decided to take a break from social media, a full detox, except for WhatsApp, because there are a lot of things that need to stay connected. And when I finally come back, I scrolled for less than 5 minutes. And immediately I felt overwhelmed. The pace was so fast. Wait, disclaimer, I never had any problem with working with fast-paced system or in fast-paced environment. But imagine consuming this fast-paced contents every day, daily, for hours and hours. How our brain can't be rotting. Worst of all, I noticed how many non-make sense standards were being pushed everywhere, like the relationships, conversations, even basic social interaction, all reduced to viral trends and rigid rules. If they don't do this, they don't love you. If you don't react this way, you're toxic. I mean, since when did human emotions become so one size fits all? And it's not just behavior, it's looks, traits, even products. Though I won't dive into the business side here, but the way these trends dictate what's acceptable or desirable, it's scary. We're training people to perform instead of be, to prioritize aesthetics over their identity, authenticity. I worry this is shaping society into something unrealistic and honestly uncivilized. We're losing patience for real connection, for nuance, for thinking. If a trend tells you to judge someone in 15 seconds, how will we ever learn to understand each other? I'm not saying delete TikTok or something like that, etc. But maybe question what it's teaching you. Is this really how people work? Or is it another trend we'll laugh at in 5 years? We need to think about that and being more mindful, aware, and wise to choosing and watching contents. I know this might a little heavy for an intro video, maybe, but these issues matter. Thank you for being here. If you want to grow together, hit subscribe. Now, I wonder, do you ever feel like social media misses the point of real conversations? Let me know in the comment if you'd like to. So let's explore and learn together. See you in the next video. Wassalamualaikum.